Welcome to the ET322 how-to video for our Lab 1 using the oscilloscope with Multisim. Here I am in Multisim, my copy on my computer. You can do this also in VMware, which I'll show you in a different video. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's open up our lab. And we need a triangular waveform. So let's go ahead and copy and paste this, enable editing. And let's go ahead and copy that. And let's go ahead and paste it. Okay, so we're looking for a triangular waveform. So first thing we're going to need is a ground. And that is going to be under sources, power sources, and we're looking for a ground. And let's go ahead and we're going to grab a DMM. I don't think we're going to use it. And we need a function generator. And we're going to go all the way down here, and we're going to use a Tektronix oscilloscope, which is the same one that we use in the classroom. And let's see if no. So let's go ahead and pass around our ground here. So let's copy it. And we're going to paste it here. We're going to paste it in the middle of our function generator. So we could push it up till we get a red dot, and then we could pull it down. Or we could go click, drag, click, and we make our wire. Okay, so let's go to view and let's zoom in. And let's do better than that. Let's go to view and let's zoom area. So let's see if we can get this thing where you can see it. There you go, it's better. Okay, so we're going to take our positive output of our function generator and we're going to go into channel 1. And I could take this guy and I could drag it down. And I could take this wire and I could change it. We could go to segment color and I could just pick something from our color wheel and let's make it blue. No reason, but we could change the colors that way. Alright, so let's go ahead, since we have our grounds and it looks like we're okay, let's get rid of our ground. Just click on it and delete. We'll use our DMM later. Let's go ahead and move that over here on top, and let's go ahead and zoom out again. There we go, nice and big. So let's go ahead, first thing we have to do is go ahead and click on this triangle run. Okay, or you could go to, let's see, file, nope, edit. We're going to go right off the front here because I can't find it right now. Okay, we have everything set up for our triangular waveform. Let's go ahead and turn it on. So we got our scope here. Let's turn it on. First thing we need to do is adjust our amplitude, but it looks good, so let's spread it out, and we have a good triangular wave. So let's go to single sequence so it's clear, and let's do some measurements on here. So let's go ahead and check our frequency. Channel 1, frequency 6.3, and go to back. And let's check our peak-to-peak voltage, frequency, period, peak-to-peak. We got 4.8 is 2.4 peak times 2. And let's check our period. Okay. So, period goes from one wave to the next. Wherever it repeats the same. Peak to peak is going to go from top to bottom. Peak is going to go from midline 0 to the top or midline 0 to the bottom. Okay, so that looks good. We've had problems with this guy being able to see the measurements on the video, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to trim this guy out, and I'm going to paste it right here. And it's huge for some reason. Okay, let's go view sheet. Let's go there. There we go. Let's go ahead and make this larger. We can turn this off, but just leave it on. Okay, so our frequency is 6.3 kilohertz, just like we asked for. Peak to peak is 4.8. Period is 5.8. Excuse me. Period is 158 microseconds. So that looks very good. Okay, let's do the next waveform, and it's a triangular waveform at 10.6 kilohertz and 8.7 volts peak to peak. So let's go ahead and open up our function generator, and we have 10.6, so we're going to change our frequency, and amplitude is 8.7 peak to peak, and we have peak, so let's divide that, so it should be 4.35, divide that in half, so that should give us our peak to peak. And we'll move that out of the way, move our scope up, and go ahead and fire it up and see what happens. And let's go ahead and get it running again. And we're going to need to bring back down our triangular wave. Good. And actually that looks very good. So let's go ahead and single. And again, let's go ahead and I'm going to cut that out with my snip tool and make sure that we can see it. And again, it's huge. There we go. Let's go ahead and squeeze that down. Go back to view sheet so we get it back there. And let's make it bigger. Run our scope out of the way. Get it big here. Here we go. All right. So now we have our triangular wave. 10.6 kilohertz, just like we asked for. Peak to peak is 8.7, perfect. Period is 94.3 microseconds, the same as it was. But oh no, it's a higher frequency, so our period's going to change. And the period is 1 over the frequency, and frequency is 1 over the period. So the period is the time between pulses. And that's good.